Hi, this is Faith, and welcome to the fifth dimension. I am doing a general reading for the sign of Sagittarius. My hope and my goal with my channel is to bring forth people that were significant in your life who have passed, but stand beside you here on earth as an extra level of love and support. So, what I do is I pull forth characteristics, I pull forth initials, numbers that might be significant in this person's birth or passing date or wedding anniversary date, their personality, in other words, their energy that they held here on earth, kind of what their occupation was and what energy they worked. Let's see what I bring forth their story. I will tell you what I intuitively feel of how they passed. I have a bowl of marbles and I bring forth eye color. That's fun. And then the best part is at the end, if this person could say anything to you, what would they say? And I pull some cards from a special deck. And these usually are very touching cards and things that you are needing to hear. And I am wanting to bring forth some light and some peace um, of grieving and loss because it is such a heavy burden. And hopefully, this will bring a little bit of sunshine into your loss. And I am so sorry of your loss before I even begin here. But I went ahead and prayed and meditated over all of the cards in advance, shuffled them, let what the divine wanted to fall onto the floor, place them on my table before me just to save us a whole bunch of time. So, and in no way changes the accuracy of it at all. I do the same process before each one when I do it this way. And so let's get started, not waste any more time. All right, so for the sign of Sagittarius, I have a first. I actually have a couple coming through. At first, it was the man. He is more prominent. He has the most energy, and he kind of like is the man of the relationship. And so he acts thus and so. And so let's go ahead and get started. So I have that when he was younger, that he might have been in the Navy, possibly, might have been on a ship. And while he was, before he left for the Navy, he met a woman, or might have gone to school with a woman that he intended to marry. And you might not even know this about him, but he met a young lady who came from family money. She was very wealthy, but he fell in love with her, and he had the expectation of marrying her. Now, at some point, he received some sad news regarding this young lady, and it might be that someone else took her hand in marriage. And so he had to move on. And back to that song, Thank You for Unanswered Prayers, he met the woman of his dreams. She was his main person, he was her main person, and they had a wonderful, successful marriage. They liked to spend a lot of time together. They traveled together. They might have even had a love for hot air balloons, or they possibly went on vacation and saw hot air balloons and they were just very taken by it and enjoyed it tremendously. They either had binoculars with them or wished they had had binoculars. So this was either a hobby that they were prepared with the binoculars, or they went and the hot air balloons were there and they mentioned to you that they wished they had had their binoculars. But anyways, they're a cute couple, very solid. They loved to work outside. He did most of the manual labor. He did the digging and the sowing and of the soil, and they might have planted fruits and vegetables, or they might have just taken manicured their the front of their home regularly, and it was just something they enjoyed doing. I have that their favorite seasons were summer and fall. So since I have a couple, I see a woman in this picture with a man who is using a shovel. So maybe summer was her favorite time with him, but he loved the fall. Okay, so I don't know if it was per se maybe just the cold weather, but possibly might have been the cold weather, that he enjoyed the cooler weather versus the hot weather. Um, I have that something happened, that she passed before him, and he found himself alone. And he felt very, very, very alone. And he actually suffered terrible grief as a result of her passing. And he never could really recover from it. If you feel he passed of a broken heart, like we have all heard that expression before, it is true, people do. And this definitely is their story. He passed of a broken heart. He did have a short illness, which, set in motion his passing. But the core reason that he just could not, or did not want to stay here on this earth, was because he missed his bride. He missed his wife, and he just was hurting so badly. But he loved you very much. He he actually might have worked for like the state. So if, let's say, he was from Maryland, or this couple lived in Maryland, he might have worked for the Department of Transportation, Streets and Roads, or he owned like a construction company, or he worked in construction. Twice I see him with a shovel. So, I'm not totally sure if he physically did the labor in his job, or if he was like a supervisor or a lead or something like that. But he did stay at that job for a significant amount of time. This brought them financial security and abundance between them. Let's see, when I pulled his energy, in other words, like his personality when he was here on Earth, excuse me, my eye is itching tremendously. When I pulled his energy, I kind of feel like I got both of their energy, possibly. Um, I think that her favorite colors were possibly, or their favorite colors were possibly in the orange and yellow, kind of cool. We used to, when makeup first tried to take a turn on improving sales, they labeled each of us cool, warm, hot, or cold as far as our colors, and they definitely have warm colors as their preference of colors: oranges, golds, yellows, those kind of things. He was very patriotic, and she, of course, was too. She respected the flag. They probably went to the Veterans Day parade or hung the flag in front of their home. So they were patriotic, and they respected the military and the sacrifice that other people made. And of course, I had him as Navy, so he actually served himself. I made two decks of cards. One deck of cards has the numbers 1 through 31 to represent how many the days possibly in a month. And what I'm asking the divine to give me is information on this person's birth month, birth date, death month, death date, or maybe a significant date between this couple. Could be their wedding anniversary or the age that they were when they got married. So I prayed over these cards, and I meditated, and I let the cards fall out, and I received 6. I normally receive 3 or 4, so maybe because this was a couple that we received 6. So we have, and this goes this way. This is not a 9. This is a 6. So let's re-grab these. I apologize. I need to make something to hold these cards for me. So I have 6, which could represent the month of June, 11, which could represent the month of November, and 12, which could represent the month of December. So any of those 3 months, one might be a birth month, a death month, an anniversary month, but I got 6, 11, and 12. And then I got 4, which could represent April, 13th day, 24th day. 24 could have been the age that they got married. But anyways, don't force it to fit, but think outside the box. So we have 13, 6, 24, 11, 4, and 12. So a lot of options there as far as numbers coming forth for this couple. I also prayed and meditated over a letters deck that I created. It has A to Z, one letter on each card. And I always like to look at them to see if I see any kind of words or anything that might be representative of this couple. But I have V, L, P, and B. This could encompass their first, middle, last name, maiden name for the wife. And then I also received these three letters, T, K, Y. And normally only, honestly, when I shuffle, I get anywhere from 2 to 4. And so I received 7, so I can't hold them all. So T, K, Y, first, middle, last name. They might have lived in Kentucky. You know, like I said, think outside the box. And then I've got P, V, B, and L. So here we go for that. That's what I received as their letters. I did want to talk about their personalities. They both came through. Like, again, I normally receive so many less cards when I pray and meditate over these, but I received almost double of everything, and I guess that's because they are a couple. I have that his personality was, I wrote notes, so forgive me, that he was a good communicator, he was a storyteller, he was compassionate, he was empathetic, he was a harmonizer. So possibly he was the one that kind of kept everyone in the family in check and kind of kept peace, made sure there was peace. He used his energy for that. That was very important to him. He loved to have fun. He had a good time at work. His coworkers might have told him that he talked too much, but that was him, and he enjoyed work. His coworkers were family members to him. They weren't just coworkers. Not all of them, but he clicked with a couple of coworkers that he worked with for years. I have 20 plus years possibly, or 15 plus years, and they were like his family to him more than his coworkers. He did have trouble saying no, and he struggled a little bit to set boundaries in his life. So that could be the harmonizer. A lot of times people that don't like to say no will try to find harmony in a situation or try to figure it out where both parties feel whole and one person doesn't feel like they were told no. So that really does go along with his personality type that I intuitively picked up. Now, her personality type, I'm wondering, he was the breadwinner, so did she work, and I mean, she could have had a shop, but did she work like for a wedding dress shop or like a place where girls would come get their prom dresses, or possibly she altered or sewed glamorous garments, but she loved glamour. She loved those beautiful flowing party dresses. That was something she was into. She was drawn towards it. She was attracted to it. She was good at it. She liked working in that industry or in that line of work. She had very lean fingers, which tells me also she could have been a seamstress, of some type. Let's see what else I wrote down for her. Outgoing, elegant, larger than life, dramatic, daring. She stepped outside of the boundaries. So whereas he stayed in the boundaries, she liked to step outside of the boundaries, and she was not afraid to break rules. Not the significant ones, but she was okay for standing up for herself, standing up for what she believed in. I have that she was the football fan out of the two of them. And with this red, white, and blue, I mean, maybe they were a Patriots fan. I'm not sure, but I just thought that I would throw that out there. I am going to do my favorite part of all, which is I have a special deck of cards that gives messages directly from this person to you. So if this couple or this man who is the predominant person in this reading, she does stand beside him though, if they could say anything to you, what would they say? And again, I shuffle and normally receive 1 to 3 cards at the most, and I received so many. And I never like to pick and choose for anyone. I feel like whatever comes out is what the person wants to say, and I am here to give them that opportunity. So the first card that fell out was "We will be together again." So they are looking forward to whatever day the divine has planned for you to arrive in heaven yourself, and they are excited to greet you. And you can see on this picture that this person is coming near these people. So he's saying, "We will be together again." I feel like they're both saying this to you. These are either parents or grandparents. Okay, this is cool. "We have been together in our dreams." So if you have dreamt about this man or this woman, just know that that is really them. They are presenting themselves in your dreams to let you know that they are around you here on earth. They want you to know you are never alone. One of the two of us is always with you. And here again, another something distinctive of the eastern part of the United States, and we have a lighthouse. I love lighthouses, truly. So you are never alone. That is really nice to know. This is beautiful. I am standing right next to you. So if you feel, I mean, seriously, their face brush on your shoulder, your neck, your cheek, or you just feel their presence, just know that that is not in your imagination. You are feeling your loved one's presence. They are next to you. And they want you to know, cry. It's okay to cry. Tears do cleanse the soul, and they don't want you to hurt anymore. They want you to know that they are beside you here on earth as an earth guide, and that they are awaiting whatever day in the future you arrive in heaven. They are waiting to greet you. But until then, no need to worry. They are standing beside you here on earth. So I wanted to also say that this is different than a guardian angel. A guardian angel is assigned to you at birth. So an extra earth guide is someone who is significant to us, who is passed and now stands beside us here on earth. So Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed this. It was my pleasure. I really appreciate you taking the time. Please hit subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm new, and I want to bring this peace and blessing to as many people who are hurting as a result of a loss as I can. So I appreciate, again, you being here, and have a blessed day. Bye, Sagittarius.